Hi, my name's Kevin. I'm a senior data consultant at Lynchpin Analytics, and in this session, I'm going to cover users in GA4. So here I have a demo shop for GA4, and in explorations, if I just create a new exploration, and under metrics, if we look for the users metrics, there are 4 of them. So we have active users, total users, new users, and returning users. So we can add those in there. We can add them to our report. I'm just double clicking on them. So we've got 4 metrics, all with different numbers. So what is the difference between the user metrics? So returning users is a count of unique users returning to the site they have visited before and they are returning. New users is a count of unique users visiting for the first time the website or the app. Total users is a count of all unique users visiting the website or app within this date range. And then we have this one here, active users, that we may not have seen before as a metric. So what is an active user? So a user is counted as active if they have an engaged session or they are visiting for the first time. So a user is counted as active if they have an engaged session or they are visiting for the first time. So an engaged session is any session that has a duration of 10 or more seconds, has 1 or more key events, or 2 or more page views. So if any of those are true, the session is engaged and they are counted as an active user, or they are visiting for the first time, and then they're counted as an active user just because they're visiting for the first time. So that's what an active user is and how it differentiates from these other user metrics. So in the standard reports in GA4, if we just go over here, you will see the metric users included in a few places. So we can see users here. We know this one is new users because it explicitly says, but this label here, users, does not match the labels we see here. And if we go to another report, like traffic acquisition here, we see the metric users again. But we can figure out which metric is being used through this number. So if we look at this number here, it matches active users. So in GA4 standard reports, the metric, the standard user metric that's used is active users simply labeled as users. So sometimes people think that users is actually total users when they look at standard reports. It's not. So unless you have explicitly modified the report to include total users, the metric that's included in standard reports and used there, users, is the same as active users here. So hopefully that was useful. See you in another session.